Hello, welcome back to the Keikis channel. I am Chantel, and in today's video we have a super interesting plant power highlight. Trust me, you'll want to stay tuned for this compelling story about aloe vera. Today we're going to take a look at how aloe vera's global fame and current multi-billion-dollar industry was just a case of being at the right place at the right time. In history, that is. After all, aloe vera is just one species of over 500 types of aloe plants. So why does she get all the credit? Why didn't the ancient global population cultivate more of her sisters? I know my kids wouldn't stop complaining. Why does she get all the attention? Why did she get planted everywhere? Let us dive in and get to the bottom of this. I just love when science and history collide. In order to appreciate how aloe vera became a global phenomenon, we need to take a look at her hometown. Where did she first get her start? For many centuries, her origins were a mystery because she's been all over the world for thousands of years. After all, her first recorded medicinal use was chiseled into a Sumerian clay tablet over 4,000 years ago. And in 1500 BC, she was written about in ancient Egyptian papyruses, detailing over 12 medicinal uses. And by the 1st century BC, she was cultivated throughout most of Eurasia. Figuring out where she came from is key to figuring out how she got here. Here, meaning one of the most well-known plant power skincare healers of all time, not to mention her multi-billion-dollar commercial industry that has sprouted up because of her popularity. This is where the wonder of science enters the story. In 2015, a coalition of international researchers set out to assemble the most comprehensive genetic sampling of the aloe genus. They wanted to answer two questions. First, where was aloe vera's original DNA from? Second, does she owe her success to being superior to the other aloe species? Remember, she does have over 500 first cousins. After assembling all of their data of DNA analysis from samples that were growing all over the world, they determined the original aloe vera DNA started on the northern end of the Arabian Peninsula. That was her home more than 5,000 years ago. The answer to their second question was even more surprising. They also concluded that the aloe vera species was not any more superior to the other aloe species. It wasn't hardier, it wasn't more potent, it was just kind of there, minding its own business, growing in the desert. Sometimes, just like in modern life, a person or a plant owes their success to a bit of luck. Aloe vera's original hometown in the northern Arabian Peninsula happened to be located at the right place and the right point in history. During the time that her species in the Arabian Peninsula began, two other plant power superstars were already in high demand in Rome: frankincense and myrrh. And those botanicals could only be found growing in southern Arabia, Somalia, and Ethiopia. Ancient merchants brought these precious fragrant spices to Rome on camel caravans by way of one of the most ancient highways, the famous incense route. I bet you can guess where this incense route passed through. Right? Aloe vera's hometown. Aloe vera, like many of her aloe relatives, was already a local hero. People in her hometown knew about her special super medicinal powers, and they were happy to sell their little hometown star to these passersby. To make her even more attractive to these ancient entrepreneurs, the aloe species can be easily cultivated from an offshoot. This means that locals didn't need to sell an entire plant. They could keep cutting off little shoots from the main plant, just stick them in dirt, and they will grow. This means the owners of one plant can create hundreds of smaller, portable plants for traveling merchants to take along the route. What an ideal travel companion. And a return on investment for the cultivators. After making her way through the incense route, within a couple hundred years, she was being wildly traded along the Silk Road, which went in and out of Asia. And fast forward a couple hundred more years, and she made her global presence known in the Americas by way of boat with the conquistadors. It seemed nobody wanted to leave home without her. Today, sadly, many people view plant-based medicines as myths or old wives' tales. For a long time, aloe vera fell out of favor with the rise of Western medicine. We kind of broke up with her. It's me, not you. And that is true, because for aloe vera to work her plant powers, her inner gel needs to be harvested fresh and applied quickly. Her plant power molecules lose their oomph within a week or two from removing them from the leaves. And that's if they're refrigerated. This is where us modern Western humans got lazy. People didn't want to cultivate our own aloe plants anymore. We wanted commercial products we could squeeze out of tubes or store in our medicine cabinets. Not too many people were interested in breaking open their fresh leaves to slather on their wounds with her sticky, slimy gel. For 100 years, we dumped her. But wait, didn't I say today she has a multi-billion-dollar industry? Yes, that is true. In fact, in the United States alone, it is estimated she sold more than $1.8 billion of products last year and is expected to increase by 10% in the next 5 years. So what happened? Why did we come crawling back to our old steady? Well, just like her ancestors happened to be luckily located along the incense route, her species caught another lucky break in 1978 with an entrepreneur named Rex Mogin. I wish I knew more about the backstory of this man. His Wikipedia page describes describes him as being born in 1938, growing up on a farm in Utah, then moving to Arizona later in his life. During this time, while he was working in corporate America, he was also amassing land in the Arizona desert. I would imagine in both Utah and Arizona deserts, Rex would be familiar with aloe vera plants. As a farm boy and a landowner, I like to imagine him having a strong respect for plant power. Well, that's what I hope for anyways. What we do know is that in 1978, Rex held the patents that explain how to stabilize aloe vera's plant power molecules, meaning they could be potent for long periods of time. He founded a new company based on this science and started selling commercial products containing active aloe vera that were convenient to use and stable to sit in medicine cabinets. And not unlike her early start along the ancient trade routes, she got a lucky break in history with the intersection of three modern concepts: the science that led to her stabilization, along with the rise in mass media, and three, the mass production that propelled aloe vera back into the limelight of herbal medicine. Today, she's sold in many, many forms, and her suggested uses go way beyond the 12 described by the ancient Egyptians. Like many plant remedies, most of these are not scientifically founded, but I can assure you, she has amazing plant powers, and she has many studies to back up her biggest claims. Keep an eye out for my upcoming plant power highlights. Does aloe vera work? Where I dive into the facts and science behind the plant. I hope you enjoyed aloe vera's story as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next videos. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.